And just deleted a Truth Social post with an AI photo of him as Jesus Christ. What more can you tell us about this backlash the president faced from that post?
Well, after the president posted this, there was a flood of criticism from his very loyal supporters, from conservative influencers, that made clear that this was just going too far, and they were calling on him to take it down, which happened, but we have not heard from the White House yet. We specifically asked if this was deleted and asked for more details about the context of what the president meant when he posted it, because there was no words, no caption to go along with it. We want to know who originally posted it and why it was taken down. Now, you may remember that the last time President Trump posted something that really started a huge controversy was a video depicting the Obamas in a very negative way. And the president ultimately said that he wasn't the one who posted it. He said that it was a staffer who did it. I remember asking the president if that staffer was fired, and he said no, but we don't know the situation in this case. What we do know is that picture is no longer on his Truth Social account.
Donald Trump needs to see a doctor ASAP. Just moments ago, he deleted the photo depicting himself as Jesus healing a sick patient. Rather than him healing patients, he needs to be the patient immediately. He needs to get some sort of cognitive assessment from a doctor that is not handpicked by him to just give out false reports from the White House balcony. No, a real, legitimate medical professional that can diagnose his cognitive decline and his cognitive capability, or lack thereof. Because after deleting this post, the one on screen now showing himself as Jesus healing a patient who looks kind of like Jeffrey Epstein with 3 devils behind. I need to point out that in the original version of this meme, there were angels behind him, but whoever in the White House added these devil wings clearly thinks Trump is the Antichrist and not actually Jesus. But Donald Trump made this post. Then not long after, it appears Donald Trump deleted this post portraying himself as Jesus after facing some backlash from his own supporters. Trump's own supporters were calling him the Antichrist. I mean, let's read some of these comments. Someone says, Mr. President, with all due respect, take this down. You are not Jesus. Even if this wasn't the intention, this is not a good look. I do not support this, and I know many others do not either. Remove it at once. You've probably already done too much damage with this meme. Give all honor, glory, and praise to Jesus, but certainly not this. If it's a staffer, fire them and offer an apology. It's not a staffer. He gives the excuse in just one moment. I'll play the clip, but to continue, you are mocking Jesus. I deeply regret voting for you. Many people do. Your ego won't let you see it. Or are you truly a sociopath? 25th Amendment. He's truly a sociopath. Someone said, I voted for this. MAGA is dead. You think you're God, but the truth is you're possessed, sacrilegious and preposterous, idolatry, pride, and false worship. This is absolutely terrible. Someone said, you are sick. I've never regretted a vote more. Literal blasphemy, this person says. Sorry, I'm enjoying this way too much. There's so many good stuff here. By the way, make sure you drop a like and subscribe to the Adam Mocker feed. We're going to play clips of Trump trying to justify all of this and just watch and listen.
Great big beautiful bill. We should call it the great big beautiful tax cut bill, because it's tremendous amounts of money, and that's overtime. That's also on Social Security, as you know.
Yes.
And it's pretty amazing.
Yes, it is.
Well, you're really nice. Would you like to do a little news conference with me with these people? These are not the nicest people. They're not nice like you. You know that, right?
I'll do whatever you ask me to do, sir.
So there's no tax on tips or something special, right?
It's very special.
Wow, what a total.
It's an honor to meet you. And I think you voted for me, do you think?
Maybe.
I heard you're a great supporter. We appreciate it.
Wait, did she say maybe? Did you vote for me? Wait.
It's fantastic. And so it's such an honor to meet you. And I think you voted for me, do you think?
Maybe.
I heard you're a great...
She said maybe. She didn't even vote for the guy. To continue. The person that then probably didn't vote for Trump, I might have said she was a Trump supporter a minute ago. I was wrong. It seems like she didn't vote for Trump. She then has to do a press conference with him as he gets asked, hey, did you post that picture of yourself depicted as Jesus Christ?
Mr. President, did you post that picture of yourself depicted as Jesus Christ?
Well, it wasn't depicted. It was me. I did post it, and I thought it was me as a doctor, and had to do with Red Cross as a Red Cross worker there, which we support. And only the fake news could come up with that one. So I just heard about it, and I said, how did they come up with that? It's supposed to be me as a doctor making people better, and I do make people better.
We are never going to let MAGA try to spin this or get away with this one. It's very clearly him as Jesus. What do you mean he thought he was a doctor? He said there was a Red Cross doctor. He's talking about this one in the bottom right corner. He clearly has the light in his palm of healing, just like Jesus Christ does. He has the healing in his palm. I mean, this is a new level of laziness coming from Donald Trump regarding lies. You know who needs to see a doctor? Is Trump himself. Trump is the one who needs to see a doctor absolutely immediately. He's still trying to bullshit his way through the war in Iran as well by saying, oh, the other side is begging for a deal. One day he'll say they're not taking this seriously enough and they need to start taking the negotiation seriously. The next day he says they're begging for a deal and they really want one.
Are another round of talks planned with Iran? And if so, will you send Vice President J.D. Vance with?
Well, he's done a good job, and Steve and Jared, they've all done a very good job. And I can tell you that we've been called by the other side. They'd like to make a deal very badly, very badly.
What was the sticking point over? You said it was over nuclear.
It was over nuclear, very similar, yeah, very good. I guess you're listening. It's over the fact that they will never have a nuclear weapon.
Why was he so condescending in that answer when he's the one who said 8 months ago they were obliterated? The nuclear regime was obliterated. He then gets asked about the Strait of Hormuz. He's, again, doing the same thing. So, just like I said a minute ago, he contradicts himself. Iran is begging for a peace deal. Oh, but they need to take it more seriously. In this clip, he begins to say, we don't need the Strait. We don't use the Strait of Hormuz. Then why are we currently using a bunch of military resources blockading it? Why are you throwing tantrums and making this a central piece of negotiation?
As far as the naval blockade is concerned, what's the end game? Is it to force Iran back to the negotiating table? Is it to open up the strait so that gas prices ultimately come down?
Maybe everything. I mean, both of those things, certainly, and more. We can't let a country blackmail or extort the world, because that's what they're doing. They're really blackmailing the world. We're not going to let that happen. And you know, the amazing thing is, we don't, can you believe this? We don't use the Strait. We don't need the Strait. We have our own oil and gas.
We absolutely need the Strait. That is why gas prices have spiked for everybody when the Strait of Hormuz closed. And right now, this is a little bit of the kettle calling the pot black, or the pot calling the kettle black. Whichever one it is, that is exactly what is happening. Trump is saying that Iran can't be extorting the world for tolls to the Strait of Hormuz with their military. So Trump's response is to send our military and extort the world through the Strait of Hormuz in a very similar way by blocking which ships can and cannot go through it in an escalatory manner. This is not how you fix the problem. This is how you create a precedent for the problem to continue. This is how you justify Iran's actions.
Many ships are heading to our country right now as we speak to load up with the best. Really, I guess you could say, somebody said the best and sweetest. I don't know exactly what sweet is, but when it relates to oil, it's a good thing. But they're coming to our country right now. There are many boats coming to our country. Now,
what is he talking about? We need the 25th Amendment absolutely immediately. Is your expectation that other countries will help you with the blockade, he gets asked?
Your anticipation, Mr. President, that other countries will assist in this effort to blockade Iran and those...
Yeah, other countries are going to also.
Which countries, sir?
We don't need other countries, frankly, but...
Wait, what? Wait, what?
Yeah, other countries are going to also.
Which countries, sir?
We don't need other countries, frankly, but...
He just did it again. All contradictions.
They've offered the services. We'll let it be known probably tomorrow.
Has the blockade started, sir?
Yeah, started at 10 o'clock.
About a month ago exactly, he said he was going to assemble a coalition of countries to help reopen the Strait of Hormuz. This was like a month ago. Every single country rejected and said that they're going to wait till after the war is over. He then gets asked if he'll apologize to Pope Leo, and he petulantly says no, because Pope Leo said things that are wrong, and he's weak on crime. Dude, our president is a petulant child who's beefing with somebody that's literally just like, hey, I have no beef, I have no fear of this administration.
I have no fear of neither the Trump administration nor speaking out loudly about the message of the gospel. And that's what I believe I am called to do, what the church is called to do. We're not politicians, we're not looking to make foreign policy, as he calls it, with the same perspective that he might understand it.
All right, very well said from the Pope, very compassionate. Then Trump gets asked, will you apologize to Pope Leo?
Robert Barron, by Robert Barron, supports you and your policies. He praises you for defending religious freedom.
Yeah.
He now says you owe Pope Leo an apology. Will you apologize?
No, I don't, because Pope Leo said things that are wrong. He was very much against what I'm doing with regard to Iran, and you can.
He literally just said, make sure you're fighting war in a just way. I think he said that like a few days after a girls' school was blown up and 160 school children were killed. So yeah, he said, fight this war in a just way, please.
Not have a nuclear Iran. Pope Leo would not be happy with the end result. You have hundreds of millions of people dead, and it's not going to happen. So I can't. I think he's very weak on crime.
I believe that this sick, he needs to resign. He needs to resign in the name of Christ and the God of the Old Testament. Trump needs to resign. I have millions of squatters sent to their mansions. We need to punish them. To squatters. The protest vote. We need to send a message to this sick. It's over. It's over. Trump needs to resign.